We're addicted to the new. In 2015, popular media is so easy to consume that most of our conversations focus on the release date of new content rather than its influences and impact. I'm sorry to beat a dead horse, but the zeitgeist is more real than ever before. And that isn't a bad thing, not entirely anyway. I love the moment conversations. There's a magic to it. Water cooler discussions and rampant Twitter replies. Sometimes it's just great to know that whether everyone agrees or not, we're all part of a big community that's in the process of sharing an experience. That being said, sometimes games release at such a breakneck pace that we're moving past them before we've had a chance to say anything about them. It isn't always true, and there's an argument that games are pretty good at maintaining the conversation. For example, we have a web-wide prolonged Game of the Year discussion that generates far more conversation than a lot of other mediums get. But we're nowhere near the century-long back and forths that hover around seminal pieces of literature. Part of this has to do with how relatively new video games are, but let's not kid ourselves, we can do a bit better. So with all that said, we're giving ourselves an excuse to play some older games that have already had their time in the limelight. Castle Couch is going to be tackling games on our personal bucket lists. If you listen to the podcast, you already know some of the games that we're going to be playing, but here's a rundown anyway. I'm going to be taking a look at Chrono Cross, Metroid Prime 3, Demon's Souls, and Planescape Torment. Olivier is going to be playing Grim Fandango, The First Dark Souls, Crusader Knights 2, and Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. And Andrew is going to be playing Link to the Past, Super Mario RPG, Xenoblade Chronicles, and Final Fantasy VII. How crazy is it that Andrew missed A Link to the Past and Final Fantasy VII? I just can't wrap my head around that. The goal is for each of us to play one game every couple of months and then put out a dense essay on each of them. Another thing you'll notice is that we've only picked 4 games apiece and we're each hoping to cover 6. So in the comments we're going to put our own personal lists, and we're going to hope that you beautiful people at home can help us pick which other games we should play. We'd also love to see some other academic essays that have been written on these games, so if you know any that are great, get a hold of us on Twitter or here in the comments, or you can send us an email at podcast@castlecouch.com. Last thing, we don't have a Patreon set up at the moment, so the only way to donate to us is just to go to castlecouch.com and click the donate button on the right-hand side. All of that we truly, truly appreciate, and yeah, thank you. So we're excited about this project, I hope you are too. Keep talking about games, they're the best.